Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
You do it, Nzora.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
No, let's go,
Ah,
let's go, let's go.
let's go, let's go. Almost, almost.
Very nice. How are you, Mr. Nzora, today?
Good, good, alhamdulillah. And you?
Good, good, good. Alhamdulillah. So, let's get back from where we left off yesterday. And yeah, yesterday was a very interesting session. It was only, I think, 17 minutes long, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, we tried in this very short time to set up the registration logic in the front end, but we had many issues, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. And we were talking earlier that maybe the issue was not from Cursor, from the composer, from these smart tools. Maybe we did not give the best prompt. So today we will fix our mistake and we will try to give more specific prompts and focus on certain, let's say, behavior or
Feature,
like
yeah,
goal
yeah. Mhm.
for each prompt, because we said yesterday that yeah, set up everything related to authentication and authorization in the front end,
Mhm.
and then it did some registration logic, login, logout logic,
Some
but
duplication.
exactly, and it did not really understand the whole components hierarchy because we did not explicitly mention it. So today what we would do is just to undo what we did yesterday, focus only on the registration, and we give much more context in order to give better response, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That will be better and more efficient, I would say. Starting with register, we're gonna undo
Perfect.
all this
Let's undo
and
everything,
focus on
right?
the register. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
nice. So yeah, like discard track all four files. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Okay, so let's close everything. Do
Mm-hmm.
you want to save? No, I don't want to save. Yeah, because we just deleted that file. And let's go back to the registration page. So, and it's compiling. It should work. And let's open also the registration form. So,
Yeah.
what we see here is the registration page. So it's this file. You see it's starting on top with
Mm-hmm.
the register link up. And then this
Mm-hmm.
registration page is just static for now. It does not contain any logic, but it's calling this register form component is this component. So only the section where we do the input.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think we need to give a better prompt now. So
This is
uh,
like, yeah.
yeah, we would need the only the sign up method from the backend, so we can give it uh,
Context.
as context exactly. Okay, so there are many problems.
Oh,
Can't
oh, oh, oh,
resolve
oh, oh.
auth API in the login in the
It
register.
will save it.
Let's save all. Okay, yeah, it's working. It's just
No,
some
okay.
files were not properly saved.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure that we're actually recording. Yes, we are. Perfect. Okay, so let's open Gemini in order to give a prompt. And yeah, okay, we would just ask it to set up the registration context.
Mm-hmm. And focus or maybe mention the register form that there should be
Mm-hmm.
some connection, some parent-child props.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I would like you to, I want you to set up, come on, are you listening? Okay, it's listening, there's just some latency. Let's just delete it all. And let's start again. Your goal is to set up everything related to registration and only registration in this front-end solution. I will give you the post method that will be sent or that is defined in the backend, and based on that, make sure to make the necessary changes. There is the registration page, which is the main page that contains the registration, and it's calling one component. So it has a child component, which is the registration form or the register form. And I would like you mainly to make changes in these two files, the registration page and the registration form, and make sure to properly pass the properties up and down. Make sure that you create a new file where you would define the API call to the register method. And I would like you to make sure that the registration page file is where we make the API call. And not from the child component. So in the registration form, make sure to get all the input, combine them into one object, send it to the parent page, which is the registration page, and then that page will consume that object and sends the API call, and make sure to include console logging everywhere so we can keep track of the whole process. Perfect. Do you see, is there anything missing, Jora?
No, maybe there's some duplication, but I think it's good for
Yeah.
explanation. And just I remember that did we do the migration in the backend?
Yes, yes, yes. The backend is fully functioning right now. We did the migration and we already tested, I guess, yesterday, and we
Yeah.
saw new entries in the database.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
nice.
Yeah, we tested with Postman, I think, with Swagger, yeah.
Exactly. So anyway,
Yeah.
so let's go to Composer. Let's open it. It's gonna use the register form. We would like also to give it a file, which is the register page,
Page, yeah.
or
Oh,
maybe
we didn't mention the auth
I
API. That
I mentioned that I would like you to create it in a separate file.
uh
Yeah, yeah, it's there, but I think it would do it anyway because it cannot define the actual call in the component. Okay, so we are in the register page. We would like also to mention the register form. The auth API does not exist anymore. So we will give it this whole prompt and we would give it the sign up method from the backend.
by the way,
And let's see.
okay. Because when you see down there is the plus button and then there is register form.js. Do you think it capture both of them?
Yes, 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 because we gave it both as input. I mean, cursor is usually like going through the whole solution and verifying all the files. But if we are 100% sure that it needs to make changes in specifically these two files, we can explicitly mention them to help it be more sure. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's see what it did. So it created the necessary changes in the registration functionality, in the register page and register form. First, let's create a new file for the API call. Great, so it created a new file. And then second, it updated the register form. It updated the register, the register page and then the register form. And these changes accomplish the following. Okay, again, it explained everything it did. This setup ensures tarari tarara. Okay, uh, let's save all maybe and see if there are any errors, and then we can check what it did. Okay, so it compiled without any errors. In the auth API, Ah, nice. You see, it's a better method
Ah,
structure. So
sure, yeah.
here we need to change our URL. So it's creating sign up method that would take the user data as an input, and it would call this post request with the sign up. Let's double check in the backend that it's actually called sign up. Yes, it is. Perfect. And then in the register page, let's just close the composer and see.
Save it also. You saved
I
it, yeah?
think we saved everything. Yeah, let's put it here. So,
Okay.
oof, this is not an easy way to. Can we put it side by side? No, still. Then let's just open the git changes in order to see what it did. Okay, so it made a lot of restructuring. I don't know why. Anyway,
What?
uh,
It removes the style or it make them somewhere
maybe
else?
it made it inside. I really don't know. Can we see the page, how it looks like right now?
Yeah,
Yeah, it removed
exactly.
the style. Very bad. Very, very
Okay,
bad
but
cursor.
let's
Mm-hmm.
start anyway with the back, like with the connection if it's working.
Okay.
But
Uh,
change the.
then let's change the URL. Let's run the solution.
But it's so weird, really.
It's
Do we
so
have
weird.
to mention time the stuff that he
Please
shouldn't
do not
change or
change the
touch?
style. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because we're using not the paid version, so it's acting stupid sometimes. I really don't know why it did that. So this is the backend running. I think it assumed that all of this styling is not needed.
For now.
So let's see. It created the
But
handle register. Okay. It takes this user data. It sets the loading, and then it calls the sign up. This will not work because I think it's not explicitly calling the auth API. Maybe it does if it's exported. And then it navigates to the login. Okay, that's not a bad idea. And then it removed many things for some reason.
container
Wow,
regis.
I'm super disappointed. But you see, it did something nice, is that on register and is loading are things that are getting passed here.
In the register page.
Exactly. So
Okay.
let's see if the service is
No, no,
running.
first the URL. The
Yeah, yeah,
URL.
yeah. I'm waiting for the service to copy the
Okay.
URL from. Yeah, and let's see what changes it did to the register form. Da, da, da. Okay. So there is the form data, and then the handle change, which takes an event. And this it sets the form data, and then the handle submit. It just calls the on register, and the on register is something that is on the props. Okay, it looks reasonable.
Yeah.
And then it added the form where we can submit.
Uh-huh. And there is on change for each field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, sounds decent.
sounds decent, yeah. And it removed this forget password. Yeah, we need to explicitly mention next time that please do not make any changes to the like
Actual.
layout. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But let's test it. I'm really curious. This will not be accepted, but slash API slash auth. So auth API, the URL would be this URL /API/auth. Perfect.
So, no, capital A.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why it's like that.
We can.
Compiling.
Let's see.
And let's double check that in the register form, once we update something, we can see it. Yeah, no, not handle change, on submit. Yeah, it's gonna log the form data. Good.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Swagger, we will not need it. And let's use the same user that we tried with yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So tester, email is test at
Yes.
gmail.com, and password is test123 exclamation mark. Let's open the console. Okay, and register. See, it's loading.
Yeah. Makes sense because I think we didn't. Oh no,
Yeah,
never mind.
okay.
We didn't put any redirect. But what's the problem?
Course issues. So it reached the register form, it reached the register page, and then it tried to access the endpoint, but it was blocked by course.
Okay. We should add it somehow.
I think it's already added in the front end, but we need to add it in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the network error. Okay, let's just take this issue, open the backend, ask GitHub Copilot, and let's give it the program.cs, and fix this, and we give it the whole workspace. Let's give it first. Haha, you remember this Zora from yesterday? Discard,
We were worried.
capture, continue. Are we continuing? Yes, okay, good.
Okay.
So let's give it the whole workspace. And then I get this in the browser console when calling the sign up
API.
API from the front end. Fix it. Good, and maybe we can give also a file as a context, which would be the auth controller. I believe that there is some course configuration that needs to be done in the backend.
Yeah, basically to allow the URL of the front end to access.
Exactly. I mean, I have it in other projects, so we can just copy the code, but let's see if Copilot is smart enough to get the problem. So this is GitHub Copilot. It's different from Cursor. It just can make changes to one separate file. But it's good. It's trained on GitHub data, and GitHub is the repository which contains most of the code written everywhere around the world. Sorry, your response matched public code. Anyway,
What?
never mind. I don't know. Copilot is complaining because It has something to do with organization. Try to rephrase your prompt. I don't know.
Okay, we can
Send it
ask
again.
another. What is it? Because some policy? Because it's
Somehow, yeah,
from another company?
exactly.
Wow.
Let's just open this project Lugaru that we all worked on together in Jura has some course setup. So let's just get it.
Mm-hmm.
You see here, builder alt course. Ah, okay. You see, I just asked it again the same thing, and it fixed it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
saying fix this issue. You need to configure course. Okay, this is what it's suggesting. Okay, let's just accept it and see what changes it would make. Is this okay? So it has a version control. Let's just accept this. How to accept it with Copilot? Preview.
I know in VS Code it's much easier, but here,
Yeah, so it added this course, which is good for the localhost 3000, and I think it will use the course middleware
okay, but where is the exact URL of the front end? Where is it mentioned?
here
Okay, okay,
with
okay, okay,
origins. But then, of course,
okay.
we need to extend it once we host our application. Let's just
Yeah, yeah, of
accept
course.
it, save, run the solution again.
But how did he know that the port is 3000?
Because I gave it to Copilot in the error. You see?
Okay, no. Okay, okay. Yeah.
And let's see in my older solution. You see, you can even set it for like you give it uh,
Everything.
everything, yeah, like a
Yeah.
wild card.
Not best practice.
Yeah. Okay, so we're running the backend solution. I'm disappointed that the composer removed the styling from the register page.
It's okay. I think we can just uncomment them. He didn't do something.
We can
What?
whether manually like bring it back, and I'm thinking that maybe we can ask it, hey, you made changes in the layout of the page, so uh, please bring it back
And
as it was before, and let's
okay.
see whether it can do it or not. First, let's see the setup, because it looks like everything else it did is true. So we have our backend running.
Let's test it out.
Perfect. We can even put a breakpoint at the register method. So here, let's put a breakpoint here and see if it's hitting the backend or not. If it is, then we can just continue and see what happens next on the front end. Let's clean the console and let's hit register again. Nice. You see?
Hmm.
So the
It's reaching the.
actual request reached the server. So let's just press continue. It's still loading. And hopefully now
Okay.
you would be able to create an user. At least in the backend it will be visible. I don't know what will happen now in the front end.
Yeah, we didn't do anything.
It's still loading.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's a bug. Maybe it just loads forever because we're not setting the unloading mechanism. Let's see our table in the database if we actually have a user created.
Yeah,
Very nice.
because in
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Not
everything now
responding.
is Yeah. In the front end, we didn't mention anything other than loading. So maybe that's the
Mhm.
supposed behavior, or how to say that. Uh,
Nice.
Whoa,
Wait,
but there is an error,
no,
I
there
think.
is an error. Okay, at least registration is successful. And then a network error saying that I don't know what's the error. Then problem with get. Maybe these are other issues, but at least we expect that the user is now created in the database.
Very- But okay, so I was saying that it doesn't do any redirect, but I think it redirects to the login.
I saw it in the code. It does it does the redirection to the login, so that's
Mm-hmm.
expected. Okay, perfect. So now we can create a user from the front end, but let's see now if you can ask it to. But it took so much time, Jora. Do you have any idea why?
It's so weird, really, because it's like very small data. It shouldn't take that much time.
Yeah, maybe because it's the first database access once we started the
Maybe, yeah.
service.
But let's check if it was
Yeah,
added.
it was added.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, good, good, good. Very good step.
Okay,
For
perfect. So
now,
maybe now we can ask the composer to
fix the style back
fix the style back. Yeah, let's give it a try.
and keep the what? Yeah, fix the style and keep the logic which you did.
Uh-huh. Let's say, okay, let's write let's talk a prompt about your data. Google is stealing my data. Don't show again. Mhm. Okay, the logic that you added is good. It's working. We were able to connect the front end with the back end, and the user gets registered in the database. But you made so many changes in the register page and the register form files, and you removed styles, and now the page is not as good looking as it was before. So please keep everything related to the logic of creating a user and signing up in place, but bring back all the layout and the HTML changes that you previously removed. I want to have the solution exactly looking as it was initially.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, very bad English. Okay, let's see if the composer can do something with this prompt. Let's give it both the register page and the register form. And let's hit enter. Impress me. Come on. I apologize. Apologies accepted. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
looks better. We need to verify. So this update restores the original layout with two columns for first name and last name, larger screens, brings back remember me, keeps the new registration logic and form state management, maintains the loading state of the loading button, and these register pages are should register. Let's press save all. I wish if Cursor gave the opportunity to save some parts of the changes and reject other parts of the changes, but unfortunately now we can whether save it all or reject it all.
Mm-hmm. Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. Let's look at the register page. I don't know if it already compiled everything. I think so, right? Because I pressed save all.
Yeah, it's taking time. I don't know why.
It's my machine.
Ah,
Okay, no changes here. So maybe we need to save all again and see something happening in the console. You can even review the registration page. No, right? See, this is the registration page just generated, suggested code, and it still does not contain the previous layout.
yeah, it's like the red one, I think, basically, or no? Yeah.
Okay, maybe what we can manually, because this prompt is working.
Yeah, I think we can just uncomment stuff.
Yeah, so this would remain register page. Oof. It really made a lot of changes. So let's take it all. I really don't like this manual work, but what can we do? Right.
But why did you take all the imports?
I don't know, else I would need to go. Okay. Then we can see which ones were removed. So as you mentioned, Zora, good point. So this would remain. Styled. Import responsive. See, like, Control Shift, what does this do? See these two small buttons, Zora?
Where?
Aha.
Which one?
This Control Shift Y and Control Shift N. I don't know what they do. Maybe here, revert block, stage block. If we choose revert block, what would happen? Okay, nice. Then helmet logo. We also would not need to revert this block. And the register form and the home nav. Let's revert this block as well. This is not good, but at least I'm learning this feature from Cursor that we can. This is what I wanted in the first place, to accept a few things and to reject other things.
And the style also down. Maybe we should revert it.
Yeah, but it's not suggesting. Yeah. What about this? Like, I want this register form and the home nav to appear. Okay, maybe I can just copy them. And instead of this register form, I would place it here. And then we would need this section. So register page contains. I think this would need. Nah, I'm disappointed. You see, if we if we accept this block, it would take this and does not take this. If we revert it, it would not take these changes that we included right now. So we really need to manually place this instead.
So let's close the tree and then go to the file.
What do you mean?
Go to the actual file, not the tree, the comparison tree.
Why? We need the old things that it deleted so we can place them manually like this.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And then we would need this responsiveness thing as well. Oof. My laptop is really being slow. Okay, everything is new here. This is link up. I don't know. It's
No.
strangely suggesting really stupid things. Okay, we would need this home nav. Well, it feels like wasting time, really.
What can we do? It's like he suggested something good in the logic, but he missed the style and
Yeah.
he refused to correct it.
This is taking so much time. Soon, guys, hopefully within these 30 days I can buy a better laptop and this would be much more faster. It's crazy. I'm thinking that maybe we do not, because we need to do the same for the register page as well, for the register form. So this is not a good approach. We're almost done, but what do you think, Njora? I'm sad. I'm really sad. Maybe we can start again the same prompt and ask it not to change anything in the UI. That would be better, right?
We can try it, yeah. You can even copy the same prompt, yeah. Same prompt.
Same
Just
prompt,
add
but
one
we
line.
just add one point that it does not need to change any UI things. Okay, I'll just pause this and we'll be back in a second, okay? Okay, we're back. And meanwhile, we discovered why it was not showing that arrow, because we need to come here. So we need to be really at the edge and we say revert back. It will revert it, I guess, right? It's messed up. Did it revert it?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, let's ask it to revert this block. Okay, so this remained as it was. Let's ask it to revert this block.
Down, maybe.
All of this. Yeah, okay, revert everything. See, this is still complaining. Why? Even though that we have this styled section, we have this styled component, let's just save. I don't know why we cannot see this. See, I want to revert this section as well. Let me just copy it and replace it here. Okay, styled component. I'm confused. Typography.
Git conflicts.
Git conflicts.
No,
Ah,
it's not
okay.
like that.
I
But
was
it looks
looking
like
where.
Git. Actually, it's Git conflict in the local host.
Okay, you know what? We need this register form. So let's just copy this. This is the line that we need. I copied it, and let's revert everything. Oof. Revert this as well.
I think we should have looked at like from different angle
Perspective.
or perspective of
How?
approach. That like he did the logic, so we could have just implement the
Copied
logic in the
the.
old. Yeah, because I think the logic is shorter than the styling. Very somehow.
Yes. So the logic that he added is importing. I don't know, like previously we did not have React imported, so let me copy these imports. Let me copy the import of the sign up. Let me copy this whole new block that it created.
Opa, wait.
What?
Why it's adding the login now also? You see?
Where? Here?
Down. Sorry, it's the navigate to login. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go there. Okay.
No,
I
it's
thought he
fine.
added an endpoint for the login.
Okay, then now we can revert everything. Discard changes. Okay, what would happen now? Let's close this. Let's go to the registration page. Let's ask it to the composer that in the register page I want to reject it. Okay. And now let's add everything manually. So here, let's import React. I use state and use navigate.
I think
Let's.
React is not doesn't. It's not mandatory to add React. I think
Yeah.
it's JSX file. Oh, actually, wait. It's JS file.
It's a JS file, yes.
So I think it's matter to add React. I think we can try it anyway.
Import. But okay, let's see. And what is the other thing that we would add is
Register form. Fourth.
here, right? So the
And
register
also that
form and
row, yeah.
also the use state.
Uh,
So the register form needs to be added and the state should be added here. This one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you failed to save. Register page. The content of the file is newer. Please compare your version in the file content. Compare or overwrite. Okay. This should not
I
cause
think
any
it should
problem.
work. Hopefully.
يلا.
Compile ليلي. لا.
Good. We got back our register page.
Try it out.
And let's try it out. And Yeah, should we bring back the changes that it did in the register form as well?
Uh,
So in the register
oh,
form, it removed the forget password. We would need it in the future for the
yeah,
password
yeah, yeah.
recovery.
And it didn't add any logic. I think it did about the
It did,
prop.
yeah.
Mm.
It created the state for the form data, some handle data.
Okay. And
I
what
mean,
was the
everything is good here. So it only, so we will not undo it all, but there is only this section where it removed that here,
forgot
right?
password? Yeah.
This stack, forget password.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can just copy paste it.
Checkbox. Perfect. That's it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see.
Wow. This took some time.
To override.
And now we can accept everything. Very nice. Link is not defined, so we need to import the link from MUI.
Cool, 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 cool.
This should work. Perfect. Let's refresh. Oof, finally we can accept the changes in Jura, right? But I think once we
Yeah,
have this, the sign-in would be hopefully easier. We need to
yeah,
store the
yeah.
GWT token in the internal storage, but
Mm-hmm.
the rest is not so complicated, I guess. So who would we like to add? Let's add Hatem, Khabir, Dedikas Hatem.
Shout out, shout out.
Hatem at gmail.com. Password is Hatem 123 exclamation mark. Can we see it? Very nice. Forget password here. There was no.
It forget the remember me. It's like it's a text, I think. Just
Ah.
yeah,
Should we look for it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Register form.
Down, down, down should be.
Stack checkbox.
Remember me, yeah.
Here, right? Should we get rid of it?
Mm-hmm.
Remember me. I think by default, it based on GWT, you log in, your token will expire in a bit, and then it will not, because else we would
Yeah,
need to use cookies and so on. So I
yeah, yeah,
think
yeah. I think
it does
we
not
can
make
get rid
sense.
of it.
Okay, then let's get rid of this checkbox in a bit. But now we can just register, right? Let's see what
Mm-hmm.
happens. We hit the backend. Let's continue. It's loading. Perfect.
Okay. What was that? Ah, it's another error related to.
Okay, what are these errors? So it's good. It's good because we can double check now in the users. If we refresh, we would see Hatem. You
Yep.
see? Nice. So we
Mm-hmm.
have our user registered. But
Good.
from the API calls, this is failing. I don't know why we're using the API calls. Maybe the login is using it. Then API calls. It's not finding this. And then promise. No worries. I don't know how we're getting into the API calls, but this is an old file that we would delete eventually.
Yep.
So it's good. It's good. Very
Yeah.
nice. Registration is complete,
Very good.
Mr. Njura.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can stop here for today, and tomorrow we can work on the sign in. Since we have our user registered, we can just now use like we did, like Hatem at gmail.com, and then Hatem 123 exclamation mark, and then when we press login, it should log in and should get a GWT token, and it should store it in the internal storage, and that would be our goal for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And we will think if we will be able or we manage to do the logout,
Mm-hmm.
or we
Tomorrow,
can let it
yeah,
come
maybe,
today.
maybe, maybe we can
I
do
think
that.
login, logout, maybe, hopefully, if we can work
Mm-hmm.
on it,
Mm-hmm.
it will be
Yeah,
nice.
I
Yeah.
would have more time than today, tomorrow. But one last thing, let's just commit all of these changes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But maybe just before to commit it, to remove that box, checkbox.
Ah, yes, 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 good point. So the register form, register, there is a checkbox, it's here. It's just
Yeah.
removed.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see how it looks now. Register.
Mm-hmm. Much better, I would say. I would think. I would assume.
It's saving. It's still
It's
compiling.
still compiling. Still compiling. Yeah. You need new machine for sure, brother.
I know,
New machine.
Njur. Thank you for motivating me. A lot of time can be saved with a new machine. Okay, it compiled without
Okay.
any errors.
Do you think even the when you log in, when you sign up,
Mm-hmm.
and it take a lot of time, is it because of machine or internet or something slow in the project?
It's definitely not internet because we're not using any internet. But yeah,
Much
it
better.
can. It's within my machine. But I think now this registration of Hatem Khabir was much faster than the registration of the tester, if you
True,
remember.
true, but still slow. But yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, good. So let's push
No, and
our
by the way,
changes. Mm-hmm.
we do use internet because if you close the internet, you cannot.
Sorry, can you go again?
You say we are not using internet. We use the internet when you do the command npm run. You cannot use
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But then once you run in you mean npm start?
Yeah, yeah.
I think we can do it even offline.
Offline, yeah.
Maybe I
Local
even
host.
tried it, but then maybe some material UI components needs to be connected to the internet in order to fetch them. That I'm not sure about,
Also,
but
yeah.
npm start can definitely work offline.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just package manager. Okay, now the big question is, should we just push a commit or
Mm-hmm.
should we accept all? If we accept all, I'm afraid that it would override all the changes we did in the working tree.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Let's just, I mean, this is saved now, so let's just commit, right?
Commit better. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's hope.
Always commit.
Let's discover
Always
this
commit to your
together.
goals.
Always commit. Okay. Add registration logic, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Let's just give it a feature tag. Add registration logic. Commit. We already reviewed all these three files. And once we commit, maybe later you can try it from your side, Njura. What is it
Mm-hmm.
doing here?
Sometimes it's hard.
Close the cursor. Maybe it's also a good idea sometimes to open both cursor and Visual Studio Code in parallel.
Mm-hmm.
Sync changes. Okay,
Dashboard.
before Yeah, we can even push it. But then let's now close the cursor, the composer, and let's see what happens. Huh. I have no idea. So this is what we want. I don't know what's this. Let's even maybe check on GitHub the commit, link up. So, okay, sorry, your internet, or probably my internet is not working well. I cannot hear you, Njora. Test, test, test. Can you hear me? Njora, I cannot hear you. Test, test, test. Okay, we're facing technical issues again, so I'm just gonna stop recording and we will get back from this point tomorrow. I will tell you what happened in the end. يلا, ciao.